Grab your emergency whistles, Wargamers. We've got a child lost in the swamps, and our heroes have to find it. This is an Irregular Miniatures 6mm hero. I tend to use it for a halfling, although compared to good old Gordo, you can see he's more of a quarterling, I guess you could say. So this brave child has wandered off into the swamps, and now the forces of evil are trying to find it, or at least stop our heroes from finding him. I don't know, I guess they're going to feed this child to the Crimson Wyrm. We don't know where he is just yet, so I'm going to move him off the battlefield, and I'll zoom out to show you what it looks like. It's turn 1. Here are our heroes, and they've got to go search the swamps to see if they can find the poor lost orphan, who I guess is going to go to St. Gordo's Orphanarium. See this piece right here? That's one of the places to search. A successful interact will reveal. There's another one behind this tree. There's one on top of this cliff over here, and there's one more, this little dot, way off in the distance. Now, unfortunately, this is a deep, deep river. There's no getting across it on foot. Gotta fly, gotta jump, or you gotta cross it right here. Everything to the right of the river is our base cloth here. You move at half speed. That's low-lying swamps. The terrain bases, you can move at regular speed. And I guess we're ready to go. So who's going to go first? One last thing. One of these tokens is an angry face. When that is revealed, the angry face is a terror that immediately spawns in base-to-base contact with the person interacting. It's going to use up one of that terror's actions for the next turn on the pack turn, but you know, that's just one more little fun thing that our boys have to deal with. We're going to go ahead and start with our tank is going to move 5 inches, and I'm measuring from the board. They actually start from here, not from where they're standing. That's going to be his free move, and then we're going to try to move again and fail. He's got to get a 4 up. His second move is going to be a successful one, so he'll move to here, and then one more move to try to get him centered, and he is not centered. Okay. Our two melee mooks and our shooty mook are all going to move 6 inches up to there. And then we'll start with this guy. He's going to try to move, and he gets a 4. And he gets a 3. Oh, I guess you can't really see that so well. Take my word for it. So he can move another 10 inches, and he's going to move 5. He's going to move to right here, off to block. Well, I guess it's time to raise this up so you can see the whole battlefield. Or at least a good chunk of more of it. So our first melee boy has rushed over here. Our second melee boy is going to get another move, and he's going to move to... you know, I think I'm going to move him... Where do we want to... Let's go ahead and move him up to... Boy, guess I should have thought about this, huh? 5, and if he gets his last move, yeah. So he's going to run over to guard this area right here and draw some aggro down that way. And then our arrow guy is going to move... Try that again. Try that again. Open space. He gets one move. We'll move him up to here, and then one more move, and he's just going to stop. Gordo is going to be next. Gordo will use his... Now, he moves 6 inches. Or I forgot, they move 6 inches as well. That's probably good. And then he gets a D6 to try and move, and he doesn't. He gets a D8 to try and move, and he doesn't. And he gets a D10, so he is able to move up another 6 inches. We'll go ahead and put him right there. And now... These guys down here, they get 2 chances, so I got to roll twice to see how far they go. They move 7 inches, though. So after their free move, they're going to stop right there. And then the question is, do we want them investigating these? Oh, no, I take it back. We're going to take her first. Do we want her to go investigate any of these pieces, given... I don't think we do. She's kind of fragile. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the 6s to see if she moves, and she gets her first move. I think what we want to do is move her up to the center, and I am going to hang on to her D8 and her D10. So once those guys spawn, she can start hucking bombs. And then we have our wizard down here, and he's going to start off by investigating, and he's going to investigate, and now he's fulfilled his vow, and now he's going to try to move up his 7 inches, and he's got one more move, and that's a failure and a success. So he's going to go ahead and move up to here to try to stay safe. And that's the end of our heroes' turn 1. Here's our turn counter. It's still turn 1. And we need to roll to see where our bad guys come on. And so first we'll roll for our hordes. And our hordes are going to come on in the southeast, and our terrors are going to come on from the south. So from south and southeast. The guys in the southeast, they're actually behind this large tree here. That's our hordes. Their free move will take them to there. I'm going to be filming everything from this side of the table just so you can stay oriented. We're not going to cross the line, as they say. They get 2 actions. They're going to use their melee guys. They're going to have to use them both to move. So the first one gets 1 move. The second one gets 2 moves. And the third one gets 2 moves. So one of them is only going to get to go 6 inches, or 3 inches rather. Remember, they move at half speed. And well, they're all going to get to go to at least here. And then that 6-inch move is going to bring, it's going to cost 2 to go to there and 4 to get to the other side. So we'll bring them all the way up to here with the one guy kind of laggy. Now, the dangerous guys over here, they're going to move to take cover with their free move. They move 6 inches. So they're going to move, this is their free to here. Can't quite make it to there, so he's going to come behind this tree here. And then, in addition to that, they get 3 full actions. They're going to attack the nearest guy, which is going to be, well, they're actually going to have a choice between Gordo and Don here. So why don't we go ahead and roll a couple of times. We'll see who's he going to attack with his 1, 2, 3. It's Gordo, and this guy 1, 2, 3. It's Gordo. So 3 attacks on Gordo, 3 attacks on this guy, and we don't roll for activation now. It's just a simple 4-up. They are absolutely within range, so it's going to be on Gordo. Is going to have 1, 2, 1 hit. And he defends on a 4-up. No. So he has now taken his first wound. We'll grab a wound marker. And, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I don't want to have a stack of 3 of these. So green is going to be the first wound. Yellow is going to be 2 wounds. And red is going to be all you can do is move. Then we're going to have to make 3 shots at Don. And the first shot's a miss. The second shot is a hit. And the third shot is a miss. So Don has to... Oh, you know what? I forgot. He defends. He gets 2 dice to defend. So he failed on both of those. Our halfling did. Because he's a warrior with a shield, this first... Actually, both hits are going to be from the same direction. So Don is going to be saving on a 3-up, and he gets to roll 2 dice for each of these hits. So he saves the first one, and he gets a 1 and a 1, so he fails the second one. So he also takes 1 shot. They are both at 1 wound. Wow, we are not off to a very good start here, are we? The good news is that's the end of the bad guy's turn. Becomes turn 2. All right, hireling. We're going to start with this guy. He's kind of away from the action. He's going to use his free move to get close, and then he's going to try to interact. 4-up. So he discovers that this is a nothing. But at least we know. He has a second move now, and he'll use that well, he has a second action. He's going to use that second move to rush down over here. And he gets it. So we'll give him a 6-inch move, and he ain't dumb. He's going to go get behind cover here. Then we're going to use this guy. He's going to use his free move to close. It's within 6 inches. So there's your free move, and he's going to get 2 attacks on this terror. The first attack hits, and that terror has to save. He's got a 4-up save, and that 3 is a failure. So there's 1 down for you, and he's got 1 more action, free action move, so he's going to... That's all he can do. Way to go. Money well spent. Now let's go ahead and see what Gordo can do. He does not have any ability to heal. He does not have his D10. So the first thing we're going to do is use our free move to come take cover behind this tree. Man, you know what? I don't like that at all. I'm actually going to go ahead and use... Problem is he's in cover. Problem is he's only got 2 actions. I really want to melee with him, but it's going to take 2 actions to get down there. Let's go ahead and use our free action to get close. There's a 5. And then we'll use our D8 to move into melee. Now, because he's a missile dude, when this terror does his attacks, he's going to be at a -2. The good news is that Don still has his melee. Oh, his melee action. So he's going to take a poke. He gets 2 dice. He gets a 2 and a... It's cocked. Let's roll that again. 2 and a 6. So that's a hit. That terror is going to save, and he does. So we've done these 3. We still have some guys coming over there. I'm going to use the free move to bring our tracker over there. And then he's got D8s and D6s. He's shooting at guys that are, well, you know, I guess if we bring him over here, actually, then he can take a couple of shots. They're definitely within range. We only have the D8 and the D6, but at least we get 2 dice. So the first shot is going to be a hit and save on a 4-up. And he does. And the second shot is going to be a hit, and the horde saves and fails his save. So there is 6 silver from a boy. Gordo just scored his first horde kill, so that's nice, but he's done. We've got an archer here who can use his first move. He can move 6 inches. He's going to take up position behind this tree here, and then he has 2 D8, and he can take a shot at the horde who is hiding behind this tree right here. See him? Gordo just knocked out his buddy, and now our boy is going to take a shot at that guy. So his first shot is a miss, and his second shot is not good, is a hit. So that guy is going to save on a 5-up. He saves. We got some robust boys here. Now the question is, what do we do with our spellcasters? All right, we're gonna start with Joanna. She's got a couple of big, all right. She's got a couple of big heal spells. His heal spell is, I wonder what the range on his heal spell is. Let's take a look real quick. Heal wounds, heals up to 2 wounds from the caster. It's got a range of 12 inches. Okay, great. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to cast a spell with this guy. No, well, how far away is he? He's about 8 inches. Okay, great. He doesn't have heal. Oh, dang it. Dang it. I should have bought flight for him. He could have got there in a single action. He's going to have to rush over. We're going to go nuts here. And he's going to run the 7 inches that will put him at the base of that cliff. He's got to get up on top. We really put that in a hard spot because we're not smart. Then he's going to use his D6 to move, and a 1's not going to do it, and a 2's not going to do it. He'll use his D8, and he's going to clamber up to the top, and then he's going to use his, oh boy, this is the danger zone. He's going to use his D10. Oh, he might get mauled. This might be a big mistake. At least he gets the hunt, and this is the smiley face, bland face. Okay, that's all right. At least we know. And at least he didn't get mauled yet. And I guess we could probably run Joanna over to that one and see what we see. Does she have any kind of an evasion? She does not. That's the problem. I think maybe we go ahead and drink that speed potion. It would let us get there in a single move. So let's start with that. And since we get 2 dice on potions, we're going to try the D6. And we're going to make sure it lays flat. We're going to make sure it lays flat. No on the first die. And a yes on the second. So she drinks her first potion of speed. She can now move a total of 10 inches. And it's 3 inches to there. It's 4 inches to get across the swamp. And then to right there. So that's her first action with the 6s. She's going to use her D10. We got to know what's going on here. That's a failure. She's got to use her D8. And she fails. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So none of those interacts happen. She's on her own. She does have a free move, so she can boogie out of there. But I think we got to just leave her there for now. That's it for the heroes. It is time to spawn some more baddies. And here's our turn counter. We're going to have 3 more hordes coming on. Let's see from where. Let's see from where. From the west. And then terrors from the southeast. Classic pincer move. Couple of terrors down here. 3 hordes over there. We're getting it from both directions now. Let me move these out of the way. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with this terror down here. He is attacking Don Cossack. He gets 3 attacks. And with those 3 attacks, he's going to roll a 9. He's going to roll a 1, and he's going to roll a 10. So that's 2 successful hits. Don is going to have to make a total of 4. Well, let's see. He gets to roll 2 dice on these, so we're going to use matching colors. And he's going to need to roll at least 8. Now, he's got his shield. He's got to roll at least on one of these dice, he's got to roll a 3-up. And he gets boxcars and a 2 and a 3, so he's okay. He has made his saves. Now, why don't we go ahead and roll for these 3 guys, and then we'll come down over here. These guys get their free moves. Let's move them on a... Well, who's the nearest bad guy? 13. He's the nearest. So, on an even, they're going to move to the nearest enemy. There you go. So these 3 guys are going to rush down this way. And their free move, now I forgot to mention, this is rough ground, so they're going to have to come around. That's going to be 3-6 to here. And that's the free move for these guys. And then they are going to roll D8s to see if they move. And the first one is going to have 1 move. The second one is going to have no moves. And the third one is going to have no moves. So only one of these guys is going to get stuck in, and he's going to jump our hired gun right behind this tree. See him? They're not locked in melee. But he doesn't have any actions left. So we got time to deal with him. In the meantime, we've got 1 horde here who is going to use his free move. It's going to cost him 3 inches to get to here. And then he's going to... The nearest visible enemy is this archer. So he's got 2 actions left. He's going to fail and he's going to succeed. So that last action is going to be, call it 4 inches to get across. He's only going to be able to make it to right there. This guy is going to take... Oh, he's going to use his free move first. It's 2 inches and then 6. So he'll be able to make it to here. And then he gets 1 move and he gets a second move. So he's going to really cook 3, 6. And if he comes straight across, he's going to get to there. So yeah, he catches up to that guy. And then we have our 3 terrors down here. Once again, I think what we'll do is we'll split them up just to make it a little more interesting and see what it means for their movement. That's going to be the first move. This guy, and then I wish I had more dice. I got some D20s, but whatever. So he gets 1 move out of his 3 actions. He's only going to get 1 move. So that 3 inches will take him up onto the hill here. And his little partner in grime over there, the other owlbear, is going to get 1, 2. He's going to get 2 actions. So the first one will get him onto the island. The second one will get him to about right there. All right, he's behind the tree. That's okay. And we're doing well, I think, because that's it for the bad guys on this turn. Moving on to turn number 3. All right, Joanna for MVP. We got to move her first because we got to get her out of there. She's got to find that interact. 4 up. A 6 is going to do it. Please don't be a terror. It's the happy face. She found the orphan. Great news. Now we just need to get him off the board. She's used her D8s, but she does have her free move. She's going to yoink that kid and drag him 1. That's going to be 1, and then it's about 2.5, 5, 6. So she's going to be able to get him right to here with her free move. And then we've got the D10 and the D6. And I think the first thing we're going to do is drop our big boom on this guy right here. I like that. We want that terror to go down. Do we? Is that what we want to do? Or do we want to move her? Let's bring her a little closer to the objective. Well, no. We are going to use her big bottle of boom first. Going to drop it right on him, and both of these guys, if she hits, assuming she does, which we're going to use the D10 to ensure that she does, they both now have to save, and only a 6 will do it. So yellow and white. Neither of them succeed. So she puts both of these guys down. She's got 1 more action. It's going to be those 6ers, so we're going to move her 1 more time. She succeeds. That's going to be 7 inches, and we're going to get her as close as we can to victory conditions. So she stops right there. And that's it for our first hero. Now for our second hero. We ain't touching this. I'm going to move that out of there because we're clearly not dumb enough to go investigate it after we've already survived. But just so you see, it was the unhappy face. We could win this right away, but we need more silver, and we've got some more action we need to do. So we're going to start with Gordo down here, or excuse me, Don down here. He's going to use his first action to take a poke at this guy, and he gets a miss and a hit, and then he saves. On a 6, he saves. Then we're going to do, you know what? Let's burn an action. Let's burn an ability. We are going to burn Cleave, +1 to hit. If he hits, this guy is going to be -3. So +1 to hit, that's a hit. And now he is only going to save. Is he supposed to use, am I supposed to be rolling a D10 for his armor saves? I am. He's supposed to be saving with his D10s. He might not have succeeded, but he's at -3, so he's only going to save on a 7-up. And that 6 means he goes down. We're getting there. We're learning. Okay. That terror over there might have survived too. What are you going to do? Restart the whole scenario? I don't think so. Now he's going to use his action to pray for the fallen. And he succeeds, so that's 1 more vow. He's going to use his free move to get over here. And he's going to use his D6 to pray for that guy. And he fails. But I think we can take him off, which is good. We're going to need him for the reinforcements. Now we're going to deal with this melee right here. He's got two actions. He's going to miss on his first attack. And he's going to miss on his second attack. Way to go. Fortunately, his buddy is down here, and his buddy's going to attack, and he's going to hit on his first attack. Now, this guy saves on a 5-up, because this is the second attack. So he fails, and another horde goes down. And then we've got 1 more action. Let's go ahead and seal up the gap there. If we can move, he doesn't. So these 2 melee guys are like that. We've done all 3. We've done everybody over here. We're going to bring our Oh, blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and start shooting with the Gordster. He's going to use his sixers to shoot at this terror. And not only that, he's going to use his special ability, homing shot, +2 to hit, -2 to double D, +2 to hit. That's going to be a hit. And then that terror is going to succeed. Great. Is that for the whole turn? I think it's just for that action. All right, we're going to make our second action is going to be a shot. It's going to be a hit. Saves on a 4-up on this one. He does. Wow, double zeros. And then shooting with our last action, a 3 and a 2. Gordo. That's some terrible shooting. Fortunately, we got a guy over here who can take 2 shots at that terror, and he gets 1 hit. The terror saves with a 10 again. Second shot, that terror saves. That is the 4th 0 in a row. I don't know what's going on with that terror, but we might have to boogie because he is a nightmare. That is insane. All right, now it's time. You know what? You think you're so tough, do you? You think you're so tough. You're out of range. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and use our free move. It's going to be 2 inches to get down to there, and it's going to be 5 inches to get to here. Remember, he can move 7 inches. And now we're within 12 inches. So now we're going to use our Mage Bolt. Zot, zot. That's going to be 4 Mage Bolts all on this guy, if we get the spell off. And we're going to get it off with a D10. There's our first roll and our second roll. So we get it off. So now we're going to do 4 hits on this guy. And let's see how many we get. We get 1, 2, 3. 3. We'll call that a 5. All right, 4 saves of increasing difficulty. So the first save is going to be a 4-up, and he fails, and that's it. Okay. But at least we knocked out another terror. And at least our characters did it, not our henchies. Oh boy. Now we got it. Now we got an issue. We really need him to investigate. I don't think he's going to make his curse. I need him to investigate, but do I want him all the way over here by himself? Oh, you know, the other thing is these guys... I don't think I used these guys on their turn. They were just standing around. How did I forget to use those guys? No, I didn't. That's fine. We're good, because we're turn 3. They haven't spawned yet. They spawned on turn 2, and it took them a while to get there. We're still trying to figure out what to do with him. I'm going to move him. I'm going to roll a D8, and he gets that first move. It's going to be 7 inches down to here. He's got a few more spawn. Actually, I'll run him around. Ooh. Yeah, he needs to be safe. So we're going to bring him around to here, and then he gets 2d6 for that last move, and the 4 is enough to do it. So we'll bring him 7 to here. I may move him down to that corner. This may be a little dangerous, but what are you going to do? All of our heroes have gone now. She needs to harvest that guy, too, because she needs to do 2 of those. There's another dead guy right here. I'll leave him there just for now. All right, now it's time to see where our bad guys come in, and we have still got 3 hordes are coming in from the... Well, let me re-roll that because it was cocked. 3 hordes are coming in from the northeast, and terrors are coming in from the west. I don't want to forget those 3. They're way out there. The only thing they can do is get stuck in. So we've already moved those guys. The next thing we need to do is worry about, there's a terror down here whose free move is going to take him 4, 5, 6. And then he's got 3 more actions. So first he's going to move. And that's going to be 3 inches to here. 4, 5, 6. He's got 2 more actions. And the first action is going to be to move to attack the nearest visible enemy. And then he's got 1 attack on poor Gordo, which is successful. Now bear in mind, Gordo's behind the dealio, so he's got his D6. And he gets to defend against... Alright, as a tracker, he gets 2 dice. And because he's behind the obstruction, he's okay. Also, because he's behind the obstruction, he can disengage for free. We still have to worry about, let's do these two guys first. They have a free move, and they both can engage this guy right here. We're going to put one on each of them, and they still have 2 attacks. So for the guy on top, he gets hit and saves on a 4-up. He fails. So one of our henchmen went down. This guy is going to get hit on the first attack, and he fails to save. So both of our henchmen went down, and he still has one more move, so he's going to go ahead and engage our wizard down here. Well, that's not cool at all. Not only that, we still got a couple of terrors up here who can move 6 inches to here. And then one of them is going to try to move and succeed. He's going to go call it 6 inches to here. And he's got 2 more actions. So he can shoot at the nearest, well, these are equidistant, so I'm going to roll on an even and on an odd. He's targeting poor old Gordo. And he misses. How about that? He's got 1 more attack, though. So it was 1, 2, 3. And then he's going to attack 1 more time. He gets the hit, and Gordo does not get the benefit of the obstruction, so Gordo takes another wound. He goes to yellow. He's only got 1 action plus a free move. What are you going to do there, Gordo? The other guy is going to... Wow, he got all 3 actions. These terrors are not good. He's not going to do anything for his second action. He's not going to do anything. And for his third action, he's going to move. And I guess we'll bring him right up here. And that's all he can do. So they're going to hang tight there. And they're just going to keep on shooting from there. Did I do everybody? I moved those guys. I moved these guys. I moved everybody. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. It's our hero's turn. So the first thing we're going to do is try to rescue Mr. Bavan by using our free move to here. And because he charged, Don now gets some kind of bonus. He gets a free D8 in addition to whatever his attack. So we're going to do the D8 first. And he rolls a 6, forcing this horde to save, and he does. Then we're going to rage. And the way that, well, wait a minute. This is our first action. I'm going to save the rage for my last action. I'm going to go ahead and attack with my D10, get the hit, and that horde is going to get the save. How about that? So for our second action, we're going to roll the attack and get the hit, and he's going to save, and now we're going to use our last action to rage. And, and we're going to roll all 3 dice. This is 3 attacks on the same guy. And we get a total of 1 hit. Wow, that's great, Don. You're doing great. And the guy saves. What a super duper. Wow, this is really... These guys are heavily armored. All right. Graham is going to go ahead and use his potion of invisibility to turn invisible. So first we have to roll to see if he can get the potion off. And a 2 is a no, and a 6 is a yes. So now he's invisible, and now he can use his free move, that's 7 inches, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then he can use his D6 to try to move into the corner. So he is now invisible down off here in the corner. He's going to be able to investigate. These curses are brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Then we're going to he's going to take his free move to get behind the tree here. So he's in cover, and he gets 2 shots. So he's going to roll a D6 to target this guy, and he gets the hit, and that guy gets the save. He'll use his second one, target the same guy, and he's going to miss. All right. That leaves Gordo here is going to use his first move. It's going to be 6 inches to here, and then he's going to fire off a whole bunch. Oh, you know what? That's his free move. He only gets 1 more action, and it's going to be the 6s. Okay. So he can fire 3 arrows with those D6s. He's got a flurry of arrows. 1 attack gives him 3, so he's going to re-roll any misses here. That's a hit. Doesn't matter what the other die was. And then these 2 are going to be... So he gets 3 hits. So this guy now needs to save 3 times. And he fails the first one. Of course he does. So at least that's one more horde that is off the board. Hey! The horde is off the board. I am a poet, and I didn't realize it. But he's done. So... she is going to use her free move to circle around here with the package. Then she's going to apply a big heal. Using her 10s. It's a good old Gordo. The first time it works like a charm. So Gordo is now back up to full health. And she still has her 8s and her 6s. So she's going to use a potion. She's going to throw... a big bottle of boom on this guy right here. We'll see if she gets it off. 6, she does. And now he has to save at a -2 penalty. And he fails, so she knocks out that terror. Good job, Joanna. And that is, I think she has, so she moved, she did a potion, I think she has... Now, she could win it right now by moving off the board. But I don't think we want to do that, because we still need to deal with some curses. She does have another potion. She could drop... She could huck to right there. She could drop something and confuse those guys. What has she got? Oh, you know, she should have dropped her healing mist potion. The healing mist would heal Gordo. We'll have to remember that for next time. It would have healed Gordo and Don. Oh well. It's one of her class abilities. But she has one more class ability left. The problem is if we roll reinforcements down here, man, we're just going to get slaughtered. But if I don't think anybody is going to fulfill their vows except for good old Gordo. She still needs to... Where is she? She still needs to kind of investigate somebody, too. She's got 3 more to do. We got to do it, baby. We got to use that last one to move. And we'll move into contact with this guy. Now let's see where the bad guys come. The hordes come from the southeast. And the terrors come from the north. Okay, let's do the guys that are in the southeast first. And there's 3 of them. We're going to go 2 and a 3. We're going to go a 2 and a 1, and we're going to go a 7 and a 2. So only one of them gets to move a little bit closer. The other 2 guys, now we're going to do these 3 up here, are going to get a free move. It's going to cost 2 inches to get to there. Then they can move 4 inches down to here, and then that's going to be, so it'll be 2. No, it'll be 4, 2. That's their free move, and then we'll roll for their extra moves. It's going to be nothing for the first, it's going to be 1 for the second, and it's going to be 1 for the third. So it'll cost 2 inches to get to here, and then it'll cost 3 inches to get to there, and then, so basically that's as close as they can get. Now we got to do those terrors up that came out of the north. They can move 6 inches just onto the screen, and then the first one is going to get, when they're gunning for this archer right here, the first one is going to get 1 move into contact, and then he's going to maul this archer who saves on a 4-up, and he does not, so he goes down. That second one is going to roll an 8 for his move. He's going to roll a 6, so he's going to get to move a full foot, which won't get him close enough. And then he's got 1 more move to try and engage with Gordo, and a 3 ain't going to do it. We got these 2 guys up here who are going to have to use their free moves to clear the sight lines. They can move up to 6 inches. So we'll put them here and here. And then they're going to have to shoot at Gordo is the closest. So it's going to be 3 shots at Gordo that are all going to be, because he's behind cover, they're only going to hit on 6 up. So 1, 2, 3 is 1 hit for the first, and 1, 2, 3. So that's a total of 3 hits altogether for Gordo. And the first one, he's going to fail his save. The second one, he's going to succeed. And the third one, he's going to succeed. So he is right back up to 1 wound. All right. I think that's it. Is that it for the... No, we got one guy down here that's got 2 attacks on Don. And he's going to miss on his first attack, and he's going to miss on his second attack. How about that? Now, we are on to the hero's turn. First, Graham, you can't see him. He's over in the corner. He's doing his little investigative thing. He's going to roll his D10, and he succeeds, so he fulfills one of his conditions. And then he's going to run to just on screen here, and he's going to fire off a spell with a D8. Does he get it off? He does. All right. That spell is going to be Mage Bolt, and he's going to fire all 4 at that first guy. Now, that first guy, this is the D8, so let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3 hits. Now, he's behind cover. Well, there's an obstruction, but he's not directly behind cover. So 3 hits. He's going to have to save first on a, let's call it a +1 for the cover. So this is going to be a 3-up. He saves. It's going to be a 4-up. He saves, and it's going to be a 5-up. And that 4 means he goes down. So he did, and now he's going to fire off another Mage Bolt at this other guy here. He gets it off. So again, now that one is going to be D6s. Hitting on, let's call it 5s. And he gets, well, let's re-roll those. He's got 1, 2 hits. And it's going to be on a 3-up. We're going to call that a 2 and call it a kill. Line him up, and Graham's just going to knock him down. Now, we can win this at any time, because Joanna can use her free move to just get off the board. But we're going to wait, because I really want Gordo, I really want Don here to score another kill on this guy. And he's going to roll a 4 to hit, and the guy is going to roll a 2, and he's going to fail. Then for the prayer check, Don rolls a 5, and Don fulfills 1 more. So that is his 8th. And that's all he can do because of that injury. We're going to let Gordo take a couple of shots at him. He has, oh, you know, he could have shut down some spawn points. That would have been good to know. That probably would have been good to do. All he's got is 2 shots. He's going to take a shot with his D8. He's going to take a shot with his D8. He's going to hit. And that terror is going to succeed. And then he'll take a shot with his D6s. He hits, and the terror is going to fail. So that's another terror dead, and Gordo is done for the turn. I think the only thing left to do is, what's her range? She can throw her granados. No. We're going to simplify things. She's going to use her 6s to move to this guy. Snake Eyes. She's going to use her 8s to move to this guy. She's going to do her harvesting thing. She just needs a 10, and she gets it. So she fulfills 1 more vow. She is now up to 8. And then she's going to use her free move to get off the board. And we have won this scenario on turn number, it's actually turn 4 for our heroes. But we're done. So I'm going to pick up the terrain. We'll take a look at where we're at on the next game. I really like this scenario. It's pretty easy. Until then, just like our hero Don for his enemies, although you're not my enemy, you are my friend. Remember, when we come back, I'm praying for you.